My bedroom rentals over in Soto, I got a guy who works at Universal, and then my other guy's program.
So for PadSplit, it's kind of unreliable to have college students and their
Right.
mindset is something else. It's
Yeah.
fixed to hang out party. So post-grads, yes. It's not no to college students. It's you have to have a full-time job.
Gotcha.
So you can be a college student with a full-time job.
Yeah.
But that's a requirement. My house is in Richmond Heights in 32811 and 05. They have Disney bus drivers, Universal employees,
Yeah.
people that work in downtown Orlando. So, but it's close to what that house.
Yeah. My next question, what about age range? What's the
35 is the age.
average age?
The most amount of people we have are 35-year-old males.
Really?
And then the second biggest would be 50 to around 55, 60 up.
Yeah. I always feel like when I do my bedroom rentals, I always feel like I always want to pair everybody with like all males or all females. Are you seeing that females have the confidence to stay at these properties with other males? Really? Wow, okay.
Because they know that they've went through the same screening process. They know that they didn't just pick someone off of Craigslist.
Yep.
They know that they qualified for those rooms at minimum and that PadSplit is managed in the people component of it. And so I'll see houses that have 2 women, 4 guys, 1, 2 guys, bunch of girls. We don't tip the scales on that because imagine you wait for just women. How long are you going to wait to fill your house up with just women? And you could deny people if you'd like until you have an all women's, all guys house, but we're just trying to provide, again, affordable housing. You know, quotations on affordable because affordable in Winter Park is different than affordable in...
Right. It's all perspective, right?
100%.
It's like California.
Yeah,
like,
we're going into LA and then
like,
what's affordable.
Yeah, I would say in California, if I had to guess, I would say 5. Because like a little studio apartment, like gets your small space is probably $5,000, $6,000 a month. You know, that's a lot of money.
In Miami, that average number, instead of 205 in Orlando, it's 305.
Wow.
Started. With rooms I've seen already higher into the 400s.
Wow.
In Jacksonville, you're looking at around 175 average.
Yeah.
But my most expensive room in Jacksonville is 325.
Yeah.
My personal most expensive room.
I want to mention one thing now. It just actually came to our mind. Did you see downtown they did the co-living high rise?
Yep. And
So
Disney's
downtown,
doing it too.
Oh, really?
Disney's providing co-living housing for their...
So what is this telling you guys? These big companies like PadSplit and a high rise downtown that costs multi-millions, they've done the market research. They've done the studies. They're not just making blind investments. They're actually going into this with a business plan. Like if you're seeing things like that being put up in that type of location that is co-living, what does that tell you guys? Don't be like Burger King. Follow McDonald's everywhere they go and put a location next to them. Like, and that's kind of the way I look at this is like, you guys have done the market research. They're doing all the heavy lifting. You don't have to do that, right? I just onboard my property, put up the walls, put a furnishing. And the other thing I like to say, coming from an Airbnb background, because I'm heavy on Airbnb, I like how minimum everything is. Like I can take a room, once the walls are up, or if they're not up already, I can just put a bed in there, a dresser, and call it the day. You know, I don't have to do all the furnishings that it costs. Like to furnish a kitchen typically costs about $1,500 when you look at all the knives and the pots, the pans, the silverware. It's a lot of money. Like you don't have to provide that. Here, in this case, I would, and it's going to make it even more appealing. So like, I already have a one up on a lot of PadSplit hosts because I've already actually been on PadSplit and I looked at like my competition and it's like, their layout's not as nice as this. And so when people are looking at properties, they're looking at your finishes, your amenities. These are all amenities, guys, that I have. I have a blender, I have a coffee maker, I have nice knives. I have all this nice stuff. I have a nice location. I have bus stops nearby. So they're going to look at my property and like, wow, we're taking this one.
You
down.
have a room. I mean, you have a home as opposed to a room.
Yeah.
And
correct.
so that's the key differential when looking at a PadSplit house. It's how can I have this person a little bit longer?
Yep.
And how can I maintain people as opposed to having them switch every other month or get someone new in 3 weeks? No, I want my people happy. I want my people retained, and so that they're there for as long as they need to be.
Yep.
And then so I could get these extra returns on my house.
So I want to wrap up with this. One of the things I have as an Airbnb host, and which I had problems with this property, I had problems with code enforcement. I wasn't regulated. You don't follow the city ordinances. Obviously, I signed a lease with PadSplit. They become my tenant, and now they have members that actually are the tenants of this property, or members, however you want to call it. Right? I'm in the landlord / STR mindset. do I need to get any inspections from the city after I put up walls, or do I need to get any, do I need to get anything special outside of just listing my property to you guys? Because I want to know that I'm doing the right thing, and I won't have, a code enforcement officer knocking on my door saying, hey, you guys have a co-living operation here. Like, is there anything I need to worry about, or do I need to double check, or any extra layer that you would say I need to look into, or do I just go ahead and get these walls up and I can go ahead and start pad splitting?
So for PadSplit's perspective, we tell you go ahead and renovate your property to code and do it with permits. Are there people doing flips today, Airbnbs, PadSplits with no permits? Yeah, there's a ton. On a project or two, I might have gone ahead and done some modifications. But now, with that being done correctly, when it comes to the city coming to you and going, hey, you have yourself an Airbnb, and that's actually happened to the other person in the College Park house.